Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Tuesday, December 24th, 2024 by Gaia Blooming. I'm Mimi, and our energy mantra for today is: every day is a day where I can expand into soul-led purpose. Today's a really good day to lean into soul. So we have some interesting astro. I mentioned it yesterday. We have Jupiter and Saturn in a square, and then we have the Sun and Mars in an inconjunct, which inconjuncts are always really interesting energies because it's just kind of uncomfortable, like, am I supposed to go this way, am I supposed to go that way, kind of energy. And they don't really know how to work together. And I kind of talked about it a little bit yesterday. We're going to dig in a little deeper today. But the Jupiter-Saturn square is really interesting. Saturn in Pisces, among all of the things that it can do, is it can bring on weather events. And I have to say, Santa Cruz is my hometown. And they had a tornado there last week. And then today I saw the wharf, like the end of the wharf fell into the ocean because they're having such huge, crazy waves. Just interesting. And it's interesting to look at the astro because Jupiter expands anything it touches, and Jupiter in air, can definitely, blow on up the waves. So the air and the water are interacting and causing big waves. Now, this is interesting because this could be physically on the planet, but this also can be within ourselves as we have this square, as we're maybe feeling a little bit uncomfortable in these energies. Like, want holiday season to be like, woo, and holiday season's like, eh? Hence the Grinch, because our heart can always grow multiple sizes, even in times. So Jupiter square Saturn. Now, this is also interesting because, Jupiter in Gemini can highlight like what everybody's doing, everybody on social media posting all of their stuff. Look what I'm doing. Look at this. Look at that. And Saturn in Pisces is like, that's like a quarter of the story, what you see on social media, right? So this is a call with Saturn in Pisces to see where you can lean into your path. Trust that your path is enough. It's good enough. But again, the square just feels a little uncomfortable. It may just not be as sparkly as you want it to be. Right? I always, it's funny, I always like Christmas Eve better than Christmas. But Christmas, well, I'm looking at the astro, I'm like, let's root for New Year's. Lean into your soul. And again, it might not look the way you think it should look. The day may be have a little less fanfare than usual, but keep in mind what you're celebrating, right? Like, we've made Christmas all these things. We've made Christmas Jesus' birthday. We've made Christmas this day where everybody likes to give gifts. There's so many other holidays, but like, there's deeper origins. What does it mean to you? And can you connect into the root of that? And I feel like some of these energies are trying to get us to the root rather than all of the like surface layer details. Now, the Sun in conjunct Mars, also really interesting. Both Capricorn and Leo both love to be leaders. So the inconjunct's like, well, who's going to lead? And there's room for both. So Capricorn, hopefully, we're leaning and leading with soul. And Mars in Leo's like, I can throw a little love on top of that. But if we're leading with ego and look at how good everything looks and how perfect my life is, you're going to feel blah energies in and through this. So just keep that in mind. And again, keep in mind the heart, the Grinch heart, grows 3 sizes. We have the moon in Libra, and the moon in Libra is like, please, everybody, can we get along? Please, everyone, can we get along? Please, can we have peace? The moon is connecting to Venus today, and that is nice. The tough thing is that connection is happening really early in the day. So we can ride that wave. We can keep it up, just relating and having beautiful connections. But it's just kind of a confusing sort of weird day. So just just keep your awareness around that. Now, I do want to mention that Christmas usually comes as our first revolution evolution day of Sun in Capricorn, and it will this year. And those days can be a little triggery, and I know holidays already can be a little triggery, so just be aware of how these energies are kind of showing up. We also have the moon preparing to move into Scorpio, so some of our shadow, some of our fear, some of that stuff may be rising up for Christmas. I am going to do my best to show up and have a video because I love spending the holidays with you. But just in case things get a little bit too weird, too much, be aware of that. And the first connection that the moon is making is with Pluto, a square with Pluto. So that's going to be early in the morning on Wednesday, but if you are staying up late, just be aware it's probably a better night to go to bed early and sleep through those energies. And let Santa and his reindeer deal with that. They've got the magic that they can just move right through that. Card-wise, I'm going to start with this one again, the Yuletide card. Now, I pulled this one before. It's the High Priestess. It's the Marilad. And somebody asked how to spell it, and then I couldn't find it again. So hopefully you see this. It's Marilwyd. And she is the High Priestess, the Bone Queen. It's a Welsh midwinter custom of bardic battle, where the skull of a horse atop of a white road is animated and carried from house to house and pub to pub. But anyway, so I really do like the meaning of this card. It says, take heed, for the situation at hand is not as clear as it may have originally appeared. There's a lot more swimming beneath the surface than you're aware of. The Marilad is asking you to ponder the subtle forces at play and how you might bring them into a place of moderation and balance. So definitely is fitting in with these Astro energies. This is not the time to employ logic or rationality, but rather trust your instincts to feel your way through the day, through the situation. In doing so, you will arrive at a place of clarity. It's tempting to run away from the situation, but trust that the Marilad and she will kneel for you to climb onto her back. Give her your gut feelings, the attention they deserve, for clarity will come in doing so. It's really like listening in. And again, this energy is weird. Like, you may have had plans and you might be like, that's not the way. It's also interesting because the High Priestess showed up here too. So really listening into your feels. We got the past lives card, so the moon, there's some hidden energies rising up to be surfaced. We have the 10 of Swords, a rebirth card. This might be like a little mental reboot. Like, again, not just following the plan because the plan's there, but like really tuning in and being like, wait, what am I being called to do today? How am I being called to show up today? I do love that we have some We Are the World energy. We're all in this together, feeling this, and I think it's always good to remember that. The We Are the World card's also beautiful. It's the 10 of Pentacles. So it's a promise of abundance. It's a promise of blessings. And keep that in mind through these energies. Just because the energies are wonk doesn't mean that you can't have a miraculous, beautiful time. Again, it just might not look how you want it to look or how you think it should look, but it doesn't mean it can't still be beautiful. Keep that in mind this holiday season. Because you, me, here we are creators. And we're helping to create this. So lend your light to this day. And take it easy, take it slow. Try not to let your ego run the show. That rhymed, so I'm a poet. I never knew it, or I didn't know it. Wow, bomb that one. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and remember who you are. For you are the solution. Namaste.